What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. I'm your boy NarikChase, and in this video we're going to be reviewing Final Fantasy 15, The Dawn of the Future. Now, The Dawn of the Future was written by Jun Eishima, and it serves as the alternate and definitive ending to Final Fantasy 15. And it explores four really prominent characters in the game: Noctis, Freya, Aranea, and Ardeen. Gotta say, after reading this book, I have a new profound respect for Final Fantasy 15. This book manages to tie up so many loose ends. It manages to create it manages to top a lot of a lot of the loose ends within the Final Fantasy story. Because for Final Fantasy 15, it's a bit choppy in the storytelling because of how it came out, the development, it originally being Final Fantasy versus 13, and just the big changes and stuff. But I think they did an absolute fantastic job with coming back with this book, fixing all of the content that was cut from the game in terms of the story and the characters. Now, for some stupid reason, they thought it was a great idea to have character episodes that would flesh out more of the story when it should have been actually in the main game. And this book is basically, they took four of those canceled DLC episodes and made it into a book. I thought the stories were really good. I thought the characters were really interesting. I thought they fixed a lot of the problems I had with the story in terms of like the Astrals, the Kings, Freya. I loved her interpretation in the movie, but I didn't like her interpretation in the game. I thought she was way too soft-spoken. And that's because they were supposed to be two different characters because of the Final Fantasy versus 13 thing. But this book actually fleshes out her character more. It's just a great follow-up to the story. I didn't like the ending of the game, but I love the ending in this. It had really good pacing, had really good thrilling moments. Aranea was one of those absolute badass characters. I wished she had more to do in the freaking game, and I'm glad we get to see more of her in the episode with Prompto, and we definitely get a lot more of her in this book. This book is a good book, but it's one of those things that had the same problem with Halo Infinite, where they mess up so bad with the game that the book information should have been in the game, but because of bad decision making and development issues and stuff like that, it wasn't. Now I'm glad that we actually did get this, and I thought it was a really good read. I thought it was really compelling. It was a page turner. I was absolutely invested with the characters. All of these things that I want to see in a game, because Final Fantasy stories typically are really, really good, and a lot of it is because of the characters. So we did get that. I can say at least we did get those personal experiences. We got to get into the heads of these characters. Noctis having to develop due to all of the sacrifices that's been happening around him. Freya being able, given a second chance to come back and kick some ass and actually do something she didn't do in the game. Aranea got fleshed out a lot more. There were other characters that were introduced in other characters that weren't introduced in the game, that were introduced in this book, that actually serve they actually serve a actual point in this book. And I was like, why this was not in the game? I don't get it. But and also the most compelling character in the entire game, Ardeen. We get to see his backstory, and there's a reason why I consider him one of the best villains in the Final Fantasy series. But like I said, Eishima shows that he knows Final Fantasy 15. I thought the characters were really good and compelling. I thought the stories were really good and compelling. The action sequences are actually really good. It actually feels like the damn game. far as over the top as they are, there's also some story elements that were missing from that game that I'm glad that they did, and that they introduced in the movie that I'm glad that they brought back in this. There's some elements that were missing from the game in terms of like the evil empire. I'm glad that they brought those elements in. So it's just a lot of loose ends that they definitely fixed. But aside from that, this definitely is for fans of the game. I would say if you play Final Fantasy 15, read this book. You'll definitely appreciate the ending more in this book. But having said that, guys, I have to say Final Fantasy 15, The Dawn of the Future, definitely deserves 5 out of 5. This was a page turner, had me invested from page 1 to the last page. I don't care what nobody says. Final Fantasy 15 definitely hit my top 10 Final Fantasy games, especially since me and my wife been going back and playing it. But having said that, guys, in the comment section below, let me know, what are your thoughts? Did you like this episode? Did you not like this episode? Have you read this? Well, I say episode. Have you read this book? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Two things. Which one of these episodes in the book did you like the most, as well as which episode did you like the most in the game? Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on in this channel, and we'll definitely catch you guys later.